Kenya is no stranger to the grim realities of enforced disappearances. In 2024 alone, over 80 people were abducted, with 20 still missing, according to the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. These statistics paint a harrowing picture of a nation grappling with accountability and erosion of fundamental rights. The victims of these abductions often share a common profile: activists, protesters, or government critics. For their families, the trauma is worsened by unanswered questions and a justice system that appears unwilling or unable to act. President William Ruto's November 2024 commitment to develop an abduction response plan was meant to signal a turning point, a promise to confront this crisis head-on. Nearly 2 months later, no such framework exists.
If the state was serious about abductions, it would say what it means and mean what it says. Okay. That abductions will stop, that abductions are unacceptable, and that it will nail to the wall perpetrators of abductions, to the extent that there are no comprehensive investigations, that nobody has been arrested and arraigned and followed through. It therefore follows and implies that it is the state itself that is doing these abductions, no matter what they say. Okay.
Despite existing laws addressing kidnapping and human trafficking, Kenya lacks a specialized unit or a rapid response mechanism akin to the Amber Alert system in the United States. Instead, families must rely on fragmented efforts from NGOs and local communities to find their loved ones. The Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Kipchumba Murkomen, has sought to distance himself from these allegations through his lawyers Dunstan Omari and Sam Nyaberi. Murkomen told the court that he neither sanctioned abductions nor had any knowledge of them. However, his name, alongside that of the Inspector General of Police and the Attorney General, remain listed as a respondent in cases brought by Okiya Omtata and the Law Society of Kenya, demanding the production of 6 young Kenyans allegedly abducted by security agencies. 5 have since been released.
And we have instructions to file to strike his name out of the petitions because, one, the job description of a cabinet secretary for interior is defined.
Critics argue that the systematic impunity remains the root cause of this crisis. The shadowy operatives and rogue police officers suspected of operating these enforced disappearances rarely face justice.
The president is his own chief spokesperson. In other words, the president on the communications front is doing a better or a bigger job than government spokesman Isaac Mwaura. That means the president is talking too much and, humanly speaking, doing too little. Therefore, have a task force against abductions, that's a waste of resources. Such things as illegal abductions are criminal in nature and don't require any organized organ to look at them. They just need to stop. Okay.
As the government continues to delay action, families, activists and human rights organizations are left to grapple with the devastating consequences of these abductions, leaving a glaring stain of Kenya's human rights record.
And so, how do you help an institution that is perceived as rotten by then having its own officers or squads within it doing unconstitutional and illegal and criminal things? That's only going from bad to worse. And so the families must understand the realities of Kenya, but also they must step forward because a lot of these kids are doing these things as activists. The families must also not think selfishly. They must take these experiences as an opportunity to make it a better country, to ensure that another family does not go through what they've gone through.
Brian Amoai, K24, Nairobi.